Hey everyone, what's going on? It's your boy Krebsy Crypto, and I am back with the part 2 video here to my follow-up of building my mining rig. So I currently got my risers in the mail here. I ordered them from Amazon like yesterday or whatever, which was, if I'm not mistaken here, it's gonna check the date. It was December 9th. Today is December 10th as this recording. So as you see, I got my two risers here, and I got this. I didn't know it came with it, but it goes into like the riser spot, and it's two USB ports. So that way I can actually hook both up without having to set up anything different. It came with the package here, as you can see, and that's the company if you want to check them out up on Amazon here. I paid, I think it was about like 15 Canadian dollars, and I got two risers in this piece. Like I said, I didn't know that came in. But what we're going to be doing, as you see, I have my 3 gigabyte running here. Now that I found out my power rates and stuff, I can have my rigs going. I currently have this one running, as you can see. I'm kind of in the light here. But as we see, things are running. I'll turn the light on a little bit here. As you see, we kind of got it running. I just moved this bar back. All I did was tighten it from here and shifted it back. But now what I'm going to be doing in this video is setting up like the riser part of it. So I'm going to shut this rig down. I have it set up on Hive OS. So I have it set up just over here on Hive OS 1650. I'm still kind of getting used to Hive OS again because it's been a bit since I've used it. But as we see here, there we go. It's kind of focused better now. I'm currently mining Nicehash because that's what seems to be profitable on Nicehash for my 4 gigabyte. That or Ravencoin or ETC hash seem to be the best bet. But right now this is what I have going on for my Hive OS here, and I'm just running it through a USB. So if we go back over to my rig here, I just have the USB in the back slot here, as you can see, and you can run Hive OS just off the USB itself. But yeah, what we're gonna do is, there we go. I was gonna say, I don't know why it's colored like that. But what we're gonna do now is just shut this one off and get the risers and stuff set up and this back in place and get both of these cards on there. I'll only be able to run one card for now until I get a better power supply, kind of like an ATX one, kind of like this one. It's hidden right now, but as you see, I can have multiple risers and cards all set up, and that's just because I'm able to run more of these type of cables, the actual GPU or PCIe cables, if you will. So now we'll get over to that part, and I'll just kind of record myself setting that up and getting that all done up. And if that's not in, it'll just be like to the final product, because there's really not much to show, like me just getting this bar back in place and then getting the GPUs set onto there properly. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a few here. Alright, now we got this back screwed in place here. As you can see, we have it right back in the center here. So the GPUs are going to sit up here and they screw into here. But we just got one of my risers for now, and then we're just going to open this up, and yeah, we will see how this gets set up here and everything. So I just pulled the package. It's a little different than my other one I have over there. This one seems to have actual like a digital screen going on here, so I don't know if that's going to count like the voltage or things like that. There's a little button that says mode. So this is kind of like a newer one, I guess you could say, compared to like the one that I recently had. But in the package here, it looks like, yeah, it just has that cable, which you don't want to use from my experience and from what other people say. And then there's just your standard like riser port, but we're going to use the double one here. I have that right over here, so we'll get that opened up here. See if I can just do it with one hand. Maybe it's a little tricky sometimes. Alright, got her opened up. Sorry for the noise, like all the racket. Oh, it doesn't seem like it's a two-piece one, it's just two spare ones. I thought it was totally conjoined, but it just seems to be two separate spare ones, unfortunately. So that kind of scraps the idea. I'll have to go and buy one separately. I had one in my Amazon cart, so it's like one of these, like motherboard or PCI ports or whatever, and it has two USB ports on it. Just in the package, it looked like it was that. I should have checked it beforehand, but that's alright, because we're just rolling with one GPU for now anyways. And you got your normal cable here. So I'll just get all that plugged in, and then we will get a card set up. So now we got this set up here, as you see. Hopefully it's not too bright, but we just have it screwed in up top here, and that's just one of the few holes that you can choose from. We got the cable running from here to the PCIe port down there, as you can see. It's all plugged in and ready to go. This just lifts it off the motherboard, so it's a little less heat. and I do have like a sticky piece that can go across here, so these can stick to it, but I'm just not going to apply that right yet until I have a better power supply, so at least I can have like both of my cards running. So it's like 1650, and this AMD, I believe it's RX 470 4GB. So yeah, a little bit older technology, but that's all like within my budget for now. I'm not going like in depth with getting like a 3060 and all these higher end new graphics cards, unless they start coming down in price or go on a really good sale. But for now, we're just gonna roll with this. I'll fire it up and see how it runs. But yeah, it's not as in depth as my other one. I just want to do kind of like a quick update and follow up since I got this part in. Just as you see, it's coming together and I'm pretty excited. Yeah, it's only one card, but hey, it's the start of something, and we're going to progressively get more and more cards onto here. Obviously, we'll have to get a bigger piece for down here, so like the bigger one, so it's not just one USB port. I can get one that's bigger that has multiple USB ports, so that way I can have multiple cards running off the one motherboard. Or if I end up getting just a mining motherboard in general that can directly plug USBs into it, that'll be perfect too. But as you see, you need the power components. The power cables, try to focus in there. You need one to plug in here, and then that same one has to run up top here as well. So you can't use like multiple power supplies and such, at least from my reading and understanding, because I do have another power supply that's down here. And if I could, I would use this as well, just to run a different graphics card, but I don't know if it can do that or not. I've read into it and it says you can. It's not, you're not supposed to and stuff. So we're gonna fire this bad boy back up and just see how it runs and everything, and I'll quickly show you guys that back on Hive OS here, and that way we can see the temperatures and just see how it runs running up here. Like I said, this is my 3GB build for now. I might get another like riser piece for this one too, so that way I can have both of these out and about and roaming freely, or just add them to here once I get my 4GB running. But like I said, this is all just ideas. I really just like this RGB case. It's really cool, especially when like the lights are out and stuff and the mining is just going. But yeah, overall, we're just gonna get this one fired back up and we'll jump back over to Hive OS. So I just fired it up here, and as we see, I don't know what these lights all mean or anything. It didn't send me any like manual or anything I should read on about like what these codes and all that and all these different modes and stuff. I see it shows a temperature, it looks like. Like I said, not sure if that's like the voltage or watts or something like that. But yeah, we're just getting Hive OS booted up here, and we'll just wait to see what goes on with those colors there. It's kind of like an RGB. But as we see here, we've got a Hive OS booting up. Alright, so we're all booted up on Hive OS over here. So that's all ready to go. And this, I assume, is ready to go. Like I said, I don't know if that's just like cool lighting or something, but I don't really want to click around too much on it. I might read into it a little more. But there's different modes, it seems like, and stuff, so I don't know what that's about, but we'll go over to my computer now and get this fired up and see what happens. Alright, we're just back over on Hive OS here. I'm just going to start up my flight sheet. I'm just going to run with the Nicehash for now. I know I could run something else, but we're just going to see what happens here once I get it booted up and running. I might change it obviously over time once I see, because once I go on my Nicehash app, it doesn't show what I'm being paid for this miner. So I don't know if that's just something that Nicehash does, since I'm not mining directly with the Nicehash program like I am with my other rig. But for whatever reason, it just doesn't show it like on here. Or if I go on my app, it doesn't say like, oh, this machine or this rig is making this much or anything of this sort. So it's just kind of confusing for me. But I just don't know, like I said, it being just like a third-party software. Maybe that's just what it does. But as we see, yeah, it's getting fired up here, and it looks like we got some shares accepted. It looks to be a little cooler in temperature now, being up and off the motherboard. So that's always a good sign. We'll let it run for a bit and kind of get the temperatures and see where everything's at. I'm just going to jump back over to the rig here, and we'll take a look, see what's going on over here. So yeah, it just shows the temperature, it seems like. And then I don't know what that 11.5 is, but I'm still learning with some of these new risers. I might click around on the modes a little bit. I don't know what's going on with all the flashing lights or what any of that means, but I'll do a little bit of Google research and see what that helps me with. But yeah, my Hive OS shows a different temperature than what this is. 93 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. But even though on my Hive, it shows it is 55. So I don't know. There we go. So I don't know what that's about really, but I don't know. We'll get the hang of it eventually, I'm thinking. Just turn on that brightness a bit. But yeah, as you see the temperature here, everything is running and working. So hey, I mean, it's a start. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere with it. It's all just a work in progress. I'm learning. Hopefully some of you are as well. I'm just kind of going with the flow. This is my first real like open air rig build. So we're going to see what happens from this point on and just kind of go with it. But yeah, overall, if you did enjoy the video today, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as it lets me know you guys are enjoying this type of content and kind of like the new stuff I'm bringing, like doing these like one part video, second part video, like these setups and stuff. And kind of just showing you as I progress all of, like the information I get updated with and all the parts I get, and bringing in more and more stuff. If you guys like this, make sure that like and subscribe button. But I hope you all have an amazing day, and this is Crypto signing out.